What's up, babies? Welcome to episode 10 of the journey from the United States to Honduras. The world was at a standstill. Nobody knew what was going on. Is it a cold? He didn't get his flu shots. He's going into respiratory failure. Flatline. The novel coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2, that causes COVID-19, first emerged in the Chinese city of Wuhan in 2019. By February 2020, the world had shut down. Businesses shut down. Work from home. Please don't take a risk. People scared. Hospitals filled. Death all around us. Our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our brothers, our cousins, our neighbors, our friends. The whole world was on fire. Airports shut down. Travel. Borders closed. People scared. At the end of January, 171 had died. By end year, 1,813,188. COVID had taken over the world. It wasn't the clue that I wanted. Far from it. But it was a deciding factor. I wasn't going anywhere. They sent out notices from the consulate here to let us know that if you were an American and you decided that you wanted to stay put, no deportation proceedings would have happened. At the time, there were thousands of Americans actually here in Honduras. They were scheduling 40 to 50 people per week. Contact the consulate to let them know that you wanted to get out, and it will put you on the schedule. Because of the death toll alone, Honduras decided to shut completely down. No one in or out. Immediate curfew. No one could even leave the neighborhoods to go to any other part of the city. They set up schedules for each individual person, depending upon the last number of your IDs. You see, we had to minimize the traffic of the virus running rampant over here. Even the United States medical centers couldn't even handle all of the sick individuals that were coming through. Imagine over here. The death toll would have been astronomical. So the Honduran government had to act fast. If the last digit of your ID begins with a 1, you can go out on Monday. Military police was placed at the entrances of all the neighborhoods to check IDs. Almost all businesses were closed, except for the bank, of course. But they were only letting 5 to 10 people in the bank at a time, 6 feet apart, mask on. Before you could even get in, they would check your temperature to make sure that you didn't have a fever. They would spray your hands with sanitizer, and you had to step in a solution as you walked in. The people were scared. Curfew was 8 o'clock. No necessary traffic of people should be out. Normally I'm walking through the neighborhood and children are everywhere, having a good time. But at the time, it's more like a ghost town. People were scared to leave their homes. Most people were in a state of depression because the businesses were closed. How are we going to work? How are we going to make money? How are we going to eat? You see, there were no stimulus checks passed around in Honduras. There was no savings accounts, no 401ks, no insurance plans, no none of that. It was just people depending upon people for love, support, comfort, and prayers. You see, when the United States opened back up in a month or two later, Honduras was still closed. We weren't taking any chances. Our death tolls were low, and we're going to keep it that way. 6 feet apart, mask up, hand sanitizer, feet sanitizer, 5 people enter. We had those rules and regulations almost to the end of the year. December is when the airport decided to open back up, but flights were still minimal. It wasn't the sign that I wanted, but I knew I wasn't going anywhere. By January, law offices started opening back up, and I decided to apply for my residency. Because everything was closed for almost a year, all processes and everything would be backed up. So it would take a while. But I was good because even in the United States, things still weren't getting any better. Stay tuned for part 11, the journey from the United States to Honduras.